Hi, I'm Phil Constantine, and this Travels with Phil is at the fort at number 4 in Charlestown, New Hampshire, just off the Connecticut River. You can see the map here. The little red spot there is where the fort is at, and literally the either side of the river is Vermont on the left, New Hampshire on the right. And you can see the imprint of the fort right there in the picture, and here's an outside look at it. One of my numerous panoramas. I like them, and they have a nice little brochure here. Now, this was originally the plantation number 4. It was the northernmost spot in the British colonies on the Connecticut River coming up through New England. Started in 1740, and they were basically self-contained. This was designed to be a self-contained community. And they built 18 some odd houses together, all interconnected in a square. Then they put a stockade around the outside of it. There's an old millstone. So they were here to live, basically. So if they couldn't provide it, it might be a long time before they'd be able to get something. So they had to learn how to do all the stuff for themselves, and they came relatively well prepared for that. Another look from the outside. And I tell you what, just follow the picture here, and we'll go inside and see what it looks like through the main entrance to Fort at number 4. Travels with Phil continues in New Hampshire. I'm at the Fort at number 4, just out of Charleston, New Hampshire, on just the other side of the Vermont border. This is a recreation of a fort that did exist here on the road that went from Crown Point down to the rest of the British Empire. At one point, this was also the northernmost colony for the British in New England. This is the cooperage, joining things together to make barrels. There you go. Now you know how big a hogshead is.
Firkin?
And a kilderkin holds 18 gallons, so that's an 18-gallon jug right there. That's a hogshead.
All the tools they used? Looks like it got pretty complicated.
Travels with Phil continues.
All right, let's go up to the Great Hall, which is up on the second floor.
Travels with Phil continues at the fort at number 4. This is the great room just above the main entrance to Sallyport, directly above the cooperage. That's a big hearth. Very large. That's probably 5 feet across, something like that. Nice acoustics if you like echoes. Have a small swivel gun here at the window. Nice roofs. Candelabra, that would be to help you see where you are and what you're doing. Do not touch the gun. I will try not to. Another hearth at the other end, and then this is the observation tower. I will leave this on as I climb up. It may take a moment or two to do that. Very narrow stairs, like going up in a ship. Small portholes here so you can look out, observe the enemy or friends as they approach. Still another level to go up, at least. Usually go faster, but I'm trying to avoid banging my equipment around. All right. And a nice view of the surrounding countryside. Now, this is not the original site. The original site is further up the river, not too far away, but that's all been developed now. The original fort just sort of fell apart. Wasn't intended to be long-term, so they came in and built this as close as they could. And they say in conditions as close as possible to the original. And I suspect that's the Connecticut River, which would mean this is New Hampshire. The Connecticut River and Vermont. No, that's not Connecticut, just Connecticut River, but you get to say three states' names all at the same time. So, Travels with Phil continues here at the fort at number 4, just north of Charleston, New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Lots of reenactors here at the facility, but this is a steadier view from up in the tower over to Vermont on the far side, the Connecticut River, and New Hampshire on this side. And looking at some of the spots inside, John Hastings Province House. And he was 57 years old when they started building this, and that was considered to be an older person in those days. But a look at what it might have looked like on the inside. And sleep tight. Well, there's a thought. If you look at the end of this bed, you'll see the frame, whatever was held together by rope. Well, that's what supported your mattress. And if your ropes were loose, you wouldn't be able to sleep very tight. So you had to literally, there was a crank that they made to make sure the ropes were tight underneath it, which gave you good support. So these are just some of the reenactments and reenactors of what the buildings would look like here. And again, this is the fort at number 4, most unusual name I've ever seen for a fort. And it is in near modern-day Charlestown, New Hampshire. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up by clicking on the button below. You're welcome to leave comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And finally, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the button over on the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you again for watching.